Welcome for this lecture 34th. In this lecture we will study the load compensation using instantaneous symmetrical component theory. This is another formulation which can be used to extract the reference current for the compensator, and then we can use the voltage source inverter to track these reference currents as per the previous scheme. That scheme will not differ. Once we have reference current, we can use any kind of a switching control scheme to realize these currents at the power level. Okay, so let us try to understand this concept. Now we already have explained that what is the symmetrical component theory. As I said, this theory was first developed for the phasor applications, that is steady state symmetrical component, where we express phasor. Okay, so phasor means actually that here it is the BA phasor, then BB phasor and VC phasor, and then this is multiplied by symmetrical component matrix, transformation matrix here, which is same as 1 1 1 and 1 A square. A is the complex operator, 1 A square A, and 1 by 3 here. This becomes BSA0 phasor. Okay, BSA1 or positive sequence phasor, BSA minus negative sequence phasor. So this is true for fundamental frequency, and it is on the basis of phasor. But here the specific term is instantaneous. So what is changed in this formulation? These voltages are not phasors, but they are instantaneous. So BA, BB, VC are actually instantaneous phase voltages. This matrix remains same. This matrix won't change. This is 1 1 1, 1 A square, 1 A square A, and 1 by 3 factor here. And this side also we have instantaneous symmetrical components, because these voltages are instantaneous, so these voltages will also be instantaneous. This is an interesting concept which has been applied for the load compensation. And BA0, if you see the nature of BA0, BA plus and BA minus, then you can see from this that BA0 is nothing but, from this row into this column, becomes BA plus BB plus BC by 3. Actually this is B, should be BA0, so BA0, A0 sequence, which is also same as BB0, also same as BC0, 0 sequence component. You see the nature of BA0 is a real quantity, because BA, BB, BC are real quantities in time domain. So therefore the nature of BA0 is a real quantity. But if you see BA plus, positive sequence, instantaneous positive sequence component A plus, and I use the term bar or arrow over the BA plus, this arrow. The arrow has come because the nature of BA plus bar or arrow is a complex number. So this is 1 means BA plus A into BB plus A square into BC. And if you substitute the value of A and B, then you can see the A is minus half plus J root 3 by 2 into BSB or BB. We have used A here, so no problem. This is BB, and this is A square is minus half minus J root 3 by 2 into, we have a BC, and this is BA. If we add all these quantities, then you can see that BA plus is nothing but a real quantity, that is BA 1 by 3 is also here. So 1 by 3 is common, and this is BA minus BB by 2 minus BC by 2. This is real quantity plus J root 3 by 2 here, BB minus BC. Okay, so you see that it consists of the real and imaginary component. So you can say this is real of BA plus arrow plus J imaginary of BA plus arrow. So this, the nature of this variable is, it is complex in nature, therefore it has a real and imaginary part, and these real and imaginary part are function of time. Therefore this variable is function of time as well as complex in nature. That's why we have used the term arrow here. And similarly BA minus arrow. BA minus arrow is nothing but 1 by 3, 1 into BA, and this A square into BB plus A into BC. Okay, if you look at the term BA minus, then you can see that BA minus arrow is nothing but 1 by 3 BA, then plus A into A square into BB plus A into BC. Am I correct? If you substitute A and A square, you will see that it becomes 1 by 3, real part is same, BA minus BB by 2 minus BC by 2 plus J, minus J this time because the role of A and A square has changed. So you will get it here minus J root 3 by 2 BB minus BC. Sorry, bracket is curly bracket, so I will use it as a curly bracket, this one. So this is a curly bracket. You see one thing, that this is complex conjugate of this, because this is plus J here, this is minus J here. The other parts are same, the values are same. So this is nothing but BA plus, let me put here, this is equal to, therefore BA minus arrow equal to BA plus arrow and its conjugate. Am I correct? So this is the property of instantaneous symmetrical component. If you plot in time domain, the real versus imaginary of BA plus, suppose this is my real of BA plus and this is imaginary of BA plus, okay, then you will see that the nature of the locus of this is circle for a balanced voltages. Okay, and if you plot the real of BA minus, so if I plot real of BA minus bar and imaginary of BA minus bar, then you will see that locus of that will also be a circle, but the nature will be anti-clockwise. So one will be clockwise, another will be anti-clockwise because of conjugate. Okay. For example, if I copy and paste this, then we can say that this element is nothing but, I can change the color of this slightly, I can increase its size and put here. okay, and let us say make it green color, just for sake of seeing it on in the same graph, okay. Then the nature of the first one will be like this direction, red one, and the nature of other will be, the green will be like this. Alright, I have changed the radii just because of to see the difference on the screen, otherwise they have the same radius. If the voltage is not balanced, for example BA, BB, VC, if they are not balanced, then they may look like a elliptical. So for example, this may be a this type, okay. In that case, the BA minus will go like this side, this type, okay. This could be a BA, oh sorry, different direction maybe. This could be a BA plus, you can say minus, and this could be a BA plus. Locus of real and imaginary parts. And in case of harmonics, they may have some switchings, like this, it could be like this, it could be like this, and the other waveform can be like this, depending upon the nature of harmonics. So these are called signatures of the instantaneous symmetrical component. They are also used to study the health of the electrical system, particularly electrical machines. There is a different aspect. What I am saying is this: the instantaneous symmetrical component have interesting properties than those of the phasor symmetrical component, okay. And we have proved that BA minus phasor, BA minus symmetrical component is equal to BA plus conjugate, and the nature is being displayed here. So knowing this, that we can express the instantaneous voltages into their instantaneous symmetrical component here. Similarly, we can express these currents into their equivalent symmetrical instantaneous component. So these are very important concepts here, and these are being used for compensating the three-phase 4-wire system, which is shown in the figure here. So this figure, as you see, that we have a load which could be unbalanced and distorted here. It may contain any kind of harmonic, okay. So this load may contain three-phase unbalanced and nonlinear load, including the harmonics. So this is three-phase unbalanced load which contains harmonics as well. Therefore, ILA, ILB, ILC are full of unbalanced and harmonics, and this is the ideal compensator which injects the current IFA, IFB, IFC. Star means the actual ideal currents, and after this injecting these currents, we get ISA, ISB and ISC. So ISA and ISB, ISC should be such that they must be balanced and sinusoidal, and they should not contain any harmonics, irrespective of the situations on the load side here, okay. Also note, since at the PCC we can apply Kirchhoff current law, therefore you can always write that IFA star is nothing but ILA minus ISA. Similarly, IFB star equal to ILB minus ISB, and IFC star equal to ILC minus ISC. Star means the reference current, the estimated current that is supposed to be injected at the point of common coupling. So actually this must be also star, because if this is the reference current, then this is the reference source current. If this is actual current, then this is also actual current. But I have not used star for source current, but it is understood that this is a star for the source current. So either we can find ISA star, ISB star, ISC star, then we can compute these three quantities. The problem is similar to the previous case. We have three variables, and these variables are IFA star and IFB star and IFC star. This is one variable, second variable, third variable. So we need three equations to solve these variables. Or we can find these three variables, then we can solve for IFA star, IB star, IFC star. Anything is okay. Alright, so we shall formulate the objectives for the compensator in such a way that there are three equations to solve for these three variables. Therefore, this problem is similar to the previous problem, except the approach is different. It is using the concept of instantaneous symmetrical component. So let us see how it works. So the first condition for the compensation is that after compensation, the source current must be equal to 0. The summation of the source current means the neutral current in the source side, which is sum of ISA, ISB and ISC, must be equal to 0. Now it means two things. If we have only fundamental in ISA, ISB, ISC, then it means that ISA, ISB, ISC are balanced. Okay? If they are not having just fundamental, they also have harmonics. In that case, these could be balanced or unbalanced, but they are distorted. It means they are containing harmonics. Even then, this may be true. The summation of three current equal to 0 may be true even when they contain harmonics. We do not know. But if there is only fundamental frequency in these currents, then the only possibility is this, that they are perfectly balanced, and only then it can be true. So this is one condition, that we don't want any neutral current in the source side, and therefore the summation of three currents ISA plus ISB must be equal to 0. What I am saying, that these three currents together must be equal to 0. So there should be no current here. ISN must be equal to 0. If there is any neutral current here, it must go into the compensator here, but not here. Alright, so this is the first condition. Let us call number 1 here. Now the second condition is that if everything is fine, then the source power PS, which is equal to BSA into ISA plus BSB into ISB plus BSC into ISC, must be equal to total average load power, PL average or PL bar, or 1 by T 0 to T BSA into ILA plus BSB into ILB plus BSC into ILC and dt. This is the average load power. This is the real power that the load is consuming, apart from the reactive power or harmonic power. This is the real power that the load is consuming, and it has to be supplied from the source. The rest can be supplied from the compensator, obviously. So this real power has to come from the source. Therefore, PS has to be equal to PL, a capital value, a constant value. It's not time varying, because the real power is always constant for a given instant, for a given load, because it has to come from the averaging process of PL. And therefore, it has to be equal to BSA into ISA plus BSB into ISB plus BS2 into ISC. Why it has to be equal to this? Because we proved earlier the instantaneous power is product of voltage and current. So therefore, the source power will be BSA into ISA plus BSB into ISB plus BSC into ISC. And we also have proved, if you remember, that if the three-phase voltages are constant, are the balanced and sinusoidal, then it can be only constant power, that is 3 VI cos phi, if you remember, when the currents are also balanced and sinusoidal. Okay, so when the set of three-phase voltage and a set of three-phase currents are balanced and sinusoidal at fundamental frequency, only then they can form a constant power 3 VI cos phi. This is the biggest advantage of three-phase balance system. That's why we have a three-phase balance system. We have proved this concept in the beginning of three-phase systems. Okay. If BSA and BSB, BSC are not balanced, then if I force that this product BSA into ISA plus BSB into ISB plus BSC into ISC is constant and voltage are not balanced, then there will be a set of three-phase current, source current, which will not be balanced and sinusoidal. Still the condition is satisfied. So it depends. If the voltage are balanced, current will be balanced. If voltage are not balanced, current will also not be balanced, but the condition is still satisfied. And the third condition, this is equation number 2. The third equation comes from, this is third equation, power factor condition. So this is the third condition. That the power factor between the positive sequence current and voltage must be the defined power factor, must be the desired power factor from the source. Suppose we want 30-degree lag or lead from the source, then phi is tan inverse 30 degree. Okay, so this is the desired power factor between BSA plus and ISA plus. So it is here we use the symmetrical component concept. It is here we use the concept of instantaneous symmetrical component. This equation only. Now let us find out. So angle of BSA1 plus, angle, this is angle, the angle between BSA1 plus vector, this is actually arrow, complex quantity, must be equal to the angle of ISA1, ISA plus, okay, plus desired power factor angle. If phi plus is 0, it basically means ISA plus is in phase with BSA plus. So these are three conditions, and from these three conditions we extract the information in such a way that it will lead to the solving of three variables. But this condition is not straightforward. We have to simplify this condition. Okay, we have to look into more details of this condition. All right, so let us take BSA1, BSA plus, this term. This BSA plus complex quantity is equal to 1 by 3 using the symmetrical component this one. This is BSA plus, so this into this. Okay, so this becomes BSA into A into BSB. Just we have solved this just now few minutes back, plus A square into BSC. Substitute A here and A square here. We have found this becomes BSA minus BSB by 2 minus BSC by 2 plus J beta root 3 by 2 BSB minus BSC. And as I said, this is the real part, this is the imaginary part. 1 by 3 is part of that. So what will be the angle of BSA plus? The angle of BSA plus will be tan inverse imaginary of BA1 plus divided by real of BSA1 plus. What is imaginary of BSA1 plus? Root 3 by 2, this factor. This is the imaginary of this. So this is root 3 by 2 here into BSB minus BSc, this one, and divide by real of BSA plus. So this is the real part of BSA plus. 1 by 3 is common. So 1 by 3, both sides will go away. If you use 1 by 3 here, and if you use 1 by 3 here, then it doesn't matter because it will cancel out. So you can leave 1 by 3 factor. It is simply the ratio of root 3 by 2 BSB minus BSc divided by BSA minus BSB by 2 minus BSc by 2. The same thing is true for current. So the angle of ISA plus equal to tan inverse real imaginary of ISA plus by real of ISA plus, which is tan inverse, the same factor will come here in terms of the source currents. So now we will use the third equation, that angle of here BSA plus angle of this must be equal to angle of ISA plus plus phi plus. So phi plus is here, and this is angle of ISA plus, this is angle of BSA plus. So tan inverse of this equal to tan inverse of this equal to phi plus. Now we have to simplify this. Okay, we have to simplify this. Therefore we will take inverse tan both the sides. So tan of this whole, this one, and tan of this whole, because this is two term. So tan of this one. So tan of tan inverse becomes the same quantity. You can see, look here. So this is tan of tan inverse, which is nothing but root 3 by 2, okay, into BSB minus BSc divided by BSA minus BSB by 2 minus BSc by 2. And this side, this is tan of tan inverse of this plus this. You can say this is like a plus b. Okay, so tan inverse of tan, this is a plus b, to tan a plus b actually is nothing but tan a plus tan b divided by 1 minus tan a tan b. So tan of tan inverse of this will come here, and then tan of phi plus divided by 1 minus tan a, this is tan a, this is tan b. Tan of tan inverse in fact becomes this number. So therefore we have this equation. We have this equation out of the third condition, angle conditions. Okay, just simplify the denominator of the right hand side. Then we will get this expression, the first term, tan phi into this one, and divide by, this will come here, and the right hand side becomes minus root 3 by 2 into tan phi plus. So this is simplification of this. Therefore we have this equation. On the left hand side we have this term, on the right hand side we have this term. Then we cross multiply this into this and equal to this into this. Okay, so if we cross multiply, then you can see this factor into this one, so it becomes root 3 by 2 into BSB minus BSc into this term. It will come here. Then same factor into this term. So again root 3 by 2 BSB minus BSc into root 3 by 2 ISB minus ISc into tan phi plus. You can see it here, tan phi plus. Okay, then minus this factor into this factor, and this factor into this factor with a minus sign, because we have to bring it on the left hand side. So minus sign will come here, and this factor is here, this factor, this one, into root 3 by 2 ISB minus ISc, this one, and minus again BSA minus BSB minus BSc by 2, again the same factor will here, into ISA minus ISB by 2, this factor will again come here. and equal to 0. It's simply a cross multiplication and arranging the terms on the one side of equality. Okay. So now what is the next step? The next step is to simplify this expression. While simplifying, one thing has to be remembered, that we can arrange the voltage as a coefficient of ISA, ISB, ISC. So you can say we can collect the voltage terms as a function of ISA, and this is ISB, and this is ISC. Okay, ISA, ISBC. So I have marked them by different colors. ISA I have marked by a red color, pink color. You can see it here. This is ISA, ISA and ISA. And ISB I have marked by yellow color. So ISB, this is ISB, this is ISB, this is ISB. So there are 4 terms for ISB. And ISC I have marked by blue color, RYB. So ISC by 2, this is ISC, and this is ISC, and this is ISC. So there are 4 terms for ISC. Okay. Now let us take first ISA. So ISA is here. The first term is this, ISA into this. So this has been brought here. This has been brought here. And the second term is ISA is here, this one, which is minus, and this minus into ISA. So minus, okay, ISA into this. So therefore this minus and this minus, it will become plus. Now this is minus here, so not plus, but I have changed the polarity of the terms. So BSB, this term will become like BSB plus BSC minus 2BSA by 2 tan phi plus, because tan phi is also there as a common for whole thing. Okay. And since I have changed the order of the terms, so this was minus term here, this is minus here, so they become plus. So this whole term become this term when I bring it here. Clear? So this is the coefficient of ISA. The next term will be similar term where the subscripts are advanced. It means SB becomes SC, SC becomes SA. So BC becomes CA everywhere. But we can prove it before we anticipate this. So you can see it here. If we collect the coefficient of ISB, we will get 4 terms. Okay, so this into this, I mean this into this, then this whole thing into this, and then this whole thing into this, and this whole thing into this. So 4 terms are there. I have put it here. This is the first term, this is second term, this is third term, this is fourth term. Again, these have 2 natures. One is along with the tan phi plus, another is without tan phi plus. So we will collect them separately. Let us first collect without tan phi plus. So this is without tan phi plus. So minus root 3 by 4 is here. So we have taken root 3 by 2 as a common, and inside will be minus BSB by 2, this one, and plus BSC by 2. And then the next term is from this. Okay, this one. So this is minus 3 by 2 is common, therefore become BSA minus sign, because minus sign is here. So minus BSA plus BSB by 2 plus BSC by 2. You see here, this BSB will go away, and BSC by 2 and BSC by 2 becomes BSC and minus BSA. So you see here how it's BSC minus BSB minus BSA, this is BSC minus BSA. So it is same term. Similarly, for the beta term, if you see tan phi plus term, so tan phi plus by 2 I take common here, because it is better to take this as a common, and we collect the coefficient of tan phi plus by 2. Then you can see that first term is this minus this is the first term, this is the first one. Oh, sorry. It's taking so much time. This, okay, and this. So this is the collection of these elements here, and you can see it here. Minus 3 by 2 BSB minus BSB by 2 becomes minus 2 BSB, and 3 by 2 BSC minus BSC by 2 becomes BSC and plus BSA into tan phi by 2. This is also similar to this term, except that the B becomes C, C becomes A, and A becomes B. And similarly, the third term, if you take here and simplify them, this thing, whole thing, then you can see this is the without tan phi plus, this is with tan phi plus, and this becomes this term, and this becomes this term. So we have finally this expression. The coefficient of ISA is this one, root 3 by 2 BSB minus BSC plus BSB plus BSC minus 2 BSA into tan phi plus by 2. And similarly, similar term will be for the next one, root 3 by 2 BSC minus BSA. Just update the subscript B to C, C to A. And this becomes BSC plus BSA minus 2 BSB tan phi plus by 2. This is ISP. And similarly, we have ISC term. So you see kind of a symmetry in those terms. They are similar terms except the updating the subscripts, this and this. Again you see something will cancel here. What is that? Cancel is this 2 factor, this factor, this factor, this factor will go away. It should be tan phi plus here. I have left it. Please correct this. It should be here 10, close this bracket, and then into tan phi plus by 2, and then close bracket, then ISC. Okay. So this 2 will go away, this 2 will go away with all this. Then divide by root 3 also, both the sides. So this root 3 will go here, and root 3 will come here. This will go here, this will come here. This will go from here, this will come here. So finally, what we have? We have BSB minus BSC first term plus BSB plus BSC minus 2 BSA into tan phi plus by root 3. Okay. BSB minus BSC, then BSB plus BSC minus 2 BSA into tan phi plus by root 3 into ISA. And similar to is this is BSC minus BSA, and this becomes BSC plus BSA minus 2 BSB. This factor is same, tan phi plus by root 3. And third one is BSA minus BSB plus BSA plus BSB minus 2 BSC into tan phi plus by root 3. How will you remember? It is very simple. For A phase, for ISA, the terms are B and C. So minus BSB minus BSC, then BSB plus BSC, and then minus 2 BSA. Similarly, for B term, it is A and C. So C minus A and C plus A minus 2 BSB. For C phase, ISC, actually it is A minus B, A plus B minus 2 BSC tan phi plus by root 3. Now we simplify further by defining a factor called beta. That beta is equal to tan phi plus by root 3. So this factor is defined as beta in all three terms. Then this equation becomes this one, where beta replaces tan phi plus by root 3, this beta. So now it is more simplified equation where the coefficients of ISA, ISB and ISC are in form of the voltage terms. So 1, 2 and 3. So what do you see? We have 3 equations and we have 3 variables. We can summarize this discussion. The first condition was this: summation of 3 currents must be equal to 0. The second condition I will put from the power factor first. So second condition we can put as this condition. This one you can call it second condition because it becomes easy to simplify. You can call it third also, but I think it is easy to simplify this as a second equation. So the equation we have just developed is this equation as a second equation, and third equation is from power, that the PS must be equal to the product of voltage and currents after compensation must be equal to PL average. So 3 equations and 3 variables. Which are variables here? Variables are here ISA, ISB, ISC. If you put a star, it is also okay because they are reference values, they are computative values, but by default they are star, but I am not denoting by star. I am simply denoting by ISA, ISB and ISC. So these 3 equations can be written in the matrix form. Okay, you can see here these are written in matrix form. One is ISA plus ISB plus ISC must be equal to 0. So this is the first one. 1 into ISA plus ISB plus ISC. This multiplication equal to 0. This one. And then second row into this column. So second row is here BSB minus BSC plus beta BSB plus BSC minus 2 BSA. Okay, into this. Then this into this. And this into this must be equal to 0 again. And third one is the power condition, BSA into ISA plus BSB into ISB plus BSC into IC must be equal to PL average. This matrix we can call as a matrix. So this is a matrix. So A into a column vector of current ISA, ISB, ISC must be equal to therefore 0, 0 PL average. Simplifying more, we can write, because we have to solve for the source currents ISA, ISB, ISC, therefore ISA, ISB, ISC equal to A inverse into 0, 0 PL average. Now what is A inverse? A inverse must be equal to its 1 by determinant and its cofactors transpose. Okay, you know it. Any matrix whose inverse exists can be written as 1 by determinant of that matrix into the matrix which has a cofactor here and transpose of that cofactor matrix. So I have called AC. So A is the element of A, small a is the element of A, and C for cofactor, and this number is 1, 1 means 1 row and 1 column, first row, first column. So these are the cofactors. Okay, these are the cofactors. But if you see, and I transpose these cofactors, then this row becomes column, and therefore this is AC1 here, AC11, this is AC12, this is AC13, this is AC21, this is AC22, this is AC23, this is AC31, this is AC32, this is AC33. If I multiply this matrix with 0, 0 PL average, you see that there is no effect of this term, there is no effect of this term because they are multiplied by 0. So for me, these cofactors doesn't matter. They are not required in computation because only AC31 will matter as it has to be multiplied by this term. So finally, the ISA, ISB, ISC will be equal to 1 by determinant into AC31 into PL average. So AC31 is here, AC32 is here, AC33 is here. This into PL average. Again I can take individual component of this current, then ISA is equal to AC31 by determinant A into PL average, and ISB is AC32 by determinant into PL average, and ISC is AC33 by determinant into PL average. So if we can solve these quantities, determinant particularly of this A matrix and the cofactor AC31, AC32 and AC33, our problem is solved. Therefore, we need to compute the determinant of A matrix and the cofactors AC31, AC32 and AC33. Correct? So these computations, these simplification for determinant and for the cofactors have to be studied. And once we know these values, then we can compute ISA, ISB, ISC, and once the ISA, ISB, ISC are computed, then we can find out the IFA star, IFB star, IFC star by applying the Kirchhoff current law at the point of common coupling, which is nothing but ILA minus ISA star or simply ISA. IFB is ILB minus ISB star, and IFC star is ILC minus ISC star. Okay. So the only problem is left is to compute delta A and then AC31, AC32 and AC33. Okay. Should we continue? So this is matrix A. We have defined it earlier. Its element are 1, 1, 1, and then we have the voltage terms for the second row, and third row as voltage term VSA, VSB, VSA. So we have to find the determinant of this matrix and we have to solve the cofactors. It's very simple. Determinant you already know. Take one by one. Just take the first term, then this into this. So first column is gone. So this into this, actually this into this. And for the second one, this into this, okay. For the third one, this into this. So we have put these terms in the following expression. Delta A equal to therefore the whole term into BSC minus this term into BSB. The second is minus term with this, so minus term has come here. Again this into this, so this term into BSC, so this is BSC here, and BSA into this one, so BSA is coming here. And the last one is again this into this, so BSB into this, so BSB is here and BSA is here. Okay. If we look this further, there are two kinds of term. One is with beta and another is without beta. So each term has beta here, beta, and this beta, and this beta, and this beta, and this beta. And the other terms are without beta, like this is without beta term. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So basically this into this. So the first one is BSC minus BSA into BSC. This is this without beta term, minus BSA minus BSB and BSB, this term. The third one is this into this. So it is here BSB A minus B into BSA, this one BSA minus BSB, BSA minus BSB into BSB here, and there's the BSA. Okay, BSA, it should be first I have taken this term. Okay, so this into BSA has come here, this has come here, and this has come here, and third one is this one here, and the last one is this one. Then comes beta term. So this is the first beta term which I have taken here. This is the first one. Three terms are, this is second term of beta, this is third one of beta, this is fourth one of beta, this is sixth one of beta, fifth one, and this is sixth one of beta. You see, very interesting thing that all these terms cancel. You can look here. This BSC square will goes with this BSC square, the blue color, and BSB square goes with this BSB square, and BSA square goes with BSA square. Then the blue color BSC, BSA is here, and this is BSC and BSA is here. Okay, BSC and BSA. So this goes with this, and this goes with this. Similarly, VSA, VSB goes with this, and 2 VSA, VSB goes with this, and yellow goes with this, and this goes with this. So finally this is 0. Therefore, the beta into 0 becomes 0. So we are only left with this term. And if we simplify this, then interesting expression comes. So I just expanded the this term here, brought it here, multiply by respective voltages. So BSC into this becomes BSC square minus BSC VSA. This is minus BSA VSB plus BSB square, this one. Third one is BSA square minus BSA VSB, and this is BSC BSA plus BSC square, BSB square, BSA, BSB BSC, and BSC VSA and BSA square. If we collect the different terms together, square terms and multiplication terms together, then you see it becomes 2 BSA square plus 2 BSB square plus 2 BSC square. Okay, so this is 2 VSA square plus 2 VSB square plus 2 BSC square becomes minus 2 VSA VSB minus 2 BSB BSC minus 2 BSC BSA. There is some symmetry. We can work out that. What we will do, we will collect the coefficients separately. So minus, this is minus, this is minus. Since there are two square terms, so we will attach each term with each square. This is BSA square minus 2 BSA BSB plus BSB square. So I will take one of this and one of this here. The remaining BSB square minus 2 BSB BSC plus BSC square, and then BSC square minus 2 BSC BSA BSA square. So this finally becomes BSA square, BSA minus BSB square. This whole is square of BSA minus BSB. And the second one is BSB minus BSC square. This is BSC minus BSA square, and therefore this turns out to be this term. And BSA minus BSB is same as BSAB, line to line voltage. Therefore, delta A is equal to BSA square plus BSB square plus BSC square, SCA square. Put A here. So what we learned, the determinant of matrix is equal to line to line voltage is squared for each phase. So AB square, BC square, and CA square. We can also express this in form of alternative term, that is in some other form, such as phase voltage square. Simple technique. We will take this term directly here, okay, 2. So 2 BSA square plus 2 BSB square plus 2 BSC square minus 2 BSA BSB minus 2 BSB BSC minus 2 BSC BSA. We will add 1 BSA square, BSB square, BSC square, and we will subtract 1 BSA square, 1 BSB square, 1 C square. So this becomes 3 VSA square plus VSB square plus VSC square, and this becomes this side the square of VSA plus BSB plus BSC. So this becomes VSA plus VSB plus VSC square. Now we have defined earlier zero sequence voltage as 1 by 3 of VSA plus VSB plus VSC. Therefore, VSA plus VSB plus VSC equal to 3 is VS0. Substitute back here. For this, it becomes 3 into sigma VSA square J for ABC minus 3 VSA0 square, because this 3 into 3 becomes 9. So actually this is 9 VSA0 square. So 3 is gone from this, 3 is here, so become 9 VSA0 square. Therefore, the determinant of matrix A matrix can also be written as 3 into whole bracket sigma VSJ square for J is ABC and minus 3 VSA0 square. So we now know the matrix determinant delta A. Okay, we know now delta A, and we know the previous expressions for I phase star, IB star, FC star. We need to compute still the cofactors AC31, AC32 and AC33. And then we will simplify the expressions for the reference compensator currents. Okay. So in the next class, I will discuss about how to compute the cofactors and how to express the determinant in other form also. Then extract the reference current and simplify it to feel what is actually happening in the system. And then we will take one example and go for the next article of this particular section.